The majority of people trying to improve their social lives are just swimming upstream. They know they have to talk to people in order to make the progress, but with every single opportunity that arises, their mind is just holding them back. Like they see a person on the street, they get a little bit of a thought that, oh, I should go ahead and talk to them, they seem like a nice person, but then instantly their mind is just like, I don't really feel like it today. That person seems to be talking on the phone, or they have their headphones in. They don't really seem that interested. They're probably gonna reject me if I interrupt them just from walking. It's gonna be weird. They have to take their headphones off. Nah, it's better to not even go ahead and do it at all. All of these limiting beliefs, like there is no wonder it's so hard to talk to people. But what if I were to tell you that there is a hack we can leverage to make absolutely everything easier? And what that hack consists of is the way you start your day. The way you start your day dictates the rhythm of the entire day. The habits you go through in the first hour of the day or the first 2 hours of the day, these things are so important. Because, for example, if you choose to just work, like wake up, go straight to work, you will feel like working throughout the day more. If you wake up and you go for a run, you will feel like doing more physical movements throughout the day. If you wake up and scroll on your phone, just like most people do, what's gonna happen? You're gonna feel like scrolling more and more and more. Like the first couple of hours of the day literally change your brain to want to do that activity or those activities you did back then more. So then we can just take that and leverage it and direct it towards our social life. So then a way for you to just want to be around people more and to feel more natural, craving this desire of connection and of interactions, is to go ahead and be around people as early as possible in the morning. Like you wake up, you go outside, you go to a social environment like, I don't know, the mall at least, or some shop or whatever. If you have the courage to do it, go ahead and start stopping people on the street, talking to them, or at least like making some small talks with people you kind of know from your neighborhood or stuff like that. This is just gonna facilitate you being more social throughout the entire day. Because if you just start your day working, you're locked up inside your room, you're home alone, you talk to absolutely no one, there is no wonder talking to people is a bit more difficult afterwards because you're just in work mode, right? You're just focused on your work. Perhaps you're even thinking about your work, even when you go outside, when you go for a walk. It's gonna be a lot harder to talk to people in that situation. But if you were to just train yourself as early on in the morning to talk to people, to feel like being around people is natural, is normal, is expected, then it's just gonna be like that throughout the entirety of the day. This is gonna snowball in you being more comfortable and more natural. I really want you to write this down. Write it down on a piece of paper, write it on your wall, write it on your hand, whatever you want. The way you start your day dictates its entire rhythm. We have to leverage this in every single area of life, not just socially. But you're here because you want to improve your social life, so that's what we leverage right here, right now. I've had so many examples of this throughout my life. Days where I was just focused on my work early on in the morning, and then I went out in social environments, and I was just not able to be present there. I was just, in a way, in my head, thinking about even work or other things I have to do. I was just not able to be present there. And it makes sense because I just trained myself to be focused on something else than my social life early on in the morning. But then I also had days where I just spent my time with people as early as possible. And those days were the best social days I've ever had. Because as I said, it just snowballed. Like that habit, that vibe of just being more social snowballed throughout the entirety of the day. Being social is also a trade off. This is something you gotta be aware of. Because success in life and progress in life in general requires mental work. So there are gonna be a lot of moments where you want to leverage and to prioritize your mental work, your concentration, your focus on a specific task. And you might find it a bit more difficult to talk to people and to just to be this social butterfly, to be social on autopilot. And that's perfectly fine. There are gonna be days where you're gonna be socially isolated and just working on something, focused on something deeply. That's perfectly fine. But you should still choose to feed some social days in your schedule to at least sample how it feels. At least go ahead and try it out, see how an extremely social day feels. Is it really for you? Do you enjoy it so much? Is it quite strange for you? Would you still prefer to be locked up inside your room? Perhaps your life doesn't even allow you the luxury of choosing your own schedule. Perhaps you just have to wake up and work straight away, and perhaps you're doing some solitary work, you don't really talk to people. In this case, you should choose to still fit some social days in your schedule, like choose a day on the weekend or something. There is space for it, there is room for it, and there is great value in trying this out because probably you've never thought about this insight, right? Of just leveraging your early morning experiences, your early habits. I saw a random video once from a guy that's named Charlie Morgan, I believe, and he was talking about a concept he called dopamine loading, which is basically not going through extremely high dopamine activities until later on in the day. And I just thought to myself that makes a lot of sense. And what he was talking about was, for example, not scrolling at all on your phone until like 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. And I started implementing it as soon as I heard it because I just thought it was a brilliant idea. And I still kinda hold on to it, not very, very strictly anymore, but as an idea, as a rule, as like a general rule of my life, I try to not go through extremely high dopamine activities until like 5 or 6 p.m. And I just choose to spend my time more purely in the beginning of the day and even in the middle of the day, like working, talking to people, and doing physical activities. These are the main three activities I'm doing. And I choose to not be on social media as much throughout those periods of time because my brain just feels a lot better. I'm a lot happier doing it. And I really suggest you try this approach as well. Try to push your dopamine activities later on throughout the day and try to leverage your morning times, your even midday times to do something more creative, to be more present, to be more pure and more primal, we could say, in your habits, in the things you're doing. Just taking care of your brain as well. Because your brain is not meant to be fried up with all of these dopamine activities like scrolling, like playing video games, and all of these things. And I really want you to try this out, to try to talk to people and to be around people as early on as possible in the morning. And then you're just gonna see how easy it is to talk to people later on. It's a hack that you must try. And try this in other days, in other areas of your life as well. If you want to be more active, just go for a run, go for a walk, go to the gym. If you want to work more, then just wake up and work straight away, not even opening your phone at all. You're just gonna see that this is so valuable, and you might as well stick with it for the rest of your life because it's an extremely powerful habit. If you're interested in seeing short form content very similar to this video you've watched right now, you can now find me on Instagram. I link it in the description. I'm gonna post sections of these YouTube videos. I'm gonna post different videos as well. And I'm also gonna post like some text-based videos and do more story engagement once we gather a bit of a bigger community. So I'm excited to see you there as well.